Tonight on Creature Features, the world runs in fear. In fear of the mechanical monstrosity known as Kronos. And friend of the show, Jon Provost, stops by for a chat, much to Tangella's disdain. All this and more, tonight on Creature Features.
And Tangella too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya! Creature Features, and all creatures, and all creatures! And the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give us such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Gonna get you tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. To this side would be my trusty butler, Mr. Livingston. Over here would be the lovely yet dangerous Tangella, who brings an element of style, class, chaos, and destruction to every movie we present. And speaking of movies, I have quite a bit to say about tonight's feature, so let's get started. Firstly, this is what in God's name is this?
It is a chart which indicates viewership numbers over a typical episode.
How interesting. Wait. According to this, we have the most viewers during the first 2 minutes of an episode, and then half of them disappear for the remainder of the show.
Exactly. You are boring your audience away during your introductions.
Am I? I think it is you with your glum disposition and muckworm-like behavior that bores them away. Oh, fine. Tonight we shall present Kronos from 1957. Our guest will be Timmy from Lassie, and that is all I have to say about that. Stay tuned. Two TV guides. You were on the front cover of two TV guides. What year was this?
Oh, probably late 50s and early 60s.
Do they give you free Jell-O if you're on the cover of TV Guide that has Jell-O on the back?
No.
How about free Camel cigarettes?
Oh, boy.
No?
Well, not anymore.
All right,
Maybe back then they did.
You know, this is not the best photograph. It's a wonderful photograph of you and June Lockhart, but look at poor Lassie.
Well, he's in midair.
No, he's about to be impaled by a fence stake.
He cleared it. He's good.
I've become bit of a pro on observing photographs now. Well, there's all this AI stuff that we have to be careful because, somebody could send a picture of you to the National Enquirer of you doing something heinous, and they'll be like, look, Jon Provost is doing something heinous, and he also has 6 fingers on each hand.
But you can't believe everything you read in the National Enquirer anyway.
I do.
So.
No, all the Bigfoot coverage, it's wonderful. Anyways, welcome to the show. We are with Jon Provost, a.k.a. Timmy from Lassie. What was his last name?
Martin. Timmy Martin.
Timmy Martin.
Yeah.
You should have gone on to a career as the leader of a boy band.
The Martins.
No. Timmy Martin and the...
Oh.
And the something.
And the Canines?
I like that.
Hey, Timmy Martin and the
Timmy
Canines.
Martin
I think
and the
we've got.
Canines.
Let's do it.
You would have made millions.
You could play organ.
No.
I've heard it at night, late at night. We hear you playing the organ.
Back with my own band now. I'm making rock and roll in a proper studio. Now, the organ music just upsets the ghosts. That's all I do. You play the only audience you get for organ music? Ghosts. It's terrible.
Well, just keep them up here, okay? We have enough problem with
He's
Tangela.
a neighbor, in case you don't know. You're what, like half a kilometer down the hill?
Just down the road. We're a little bit lower.
Tangela takes bowling balls and rolls them with precision into this poor bloke's living room. It's
we're really getting kind of tired of it.
Well, I'm getting tired of continuously apologizing for her.
Then you need to do something about that young woman.
We're trying to marry her off, but we're not having any luck.
No wonder.
No, we had a candidate, and I have not seen his body, but I've seen his head around. No, she decapitates his suitors. It's a terrible thing. Kronos, 1957.
Yes, that was the year I started Lassie.
Same year.
Same year, yes.
And you were how old then?
7.
7. So you were born in 1950.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so did you see the movie Kronos in the theater?
In reruns on TV. Yeah.
So, no, I would have loved to have seen this in a proper cinema because this is the best copy we can find of this film. It's not that great.
Well,
it's
it's
bad,
old.
but
It's old. That's
no,
why.
it's not a question of it being old. It's a question of somebody needs to find an original film and do a proper thing.
Well, I don't know, because in my day, when we were working at the studio, they had a big vault where they kept all the original 35 millimeter,
Yes.
and when it filled up, they threw the old stuff away.
No.
Yes, it was horrible. Now, some
That's-
people were smart and they said, "Can I have these?" And they
Right.
kept them. But
who is it? The English bloke who's in Planet of the Apes. He got in big trouble for this.
I don't
forget his
know.
name. Well, one of you will type it in the comments. But let's start this film, and then when we
Okay.
come back, you've got all kinds of amazing things to tell us, right?
Oh yes, and
I hope
and,
so.
and something about this film. So
Wonderful. All right, off we go to Kronos, 1957. See you soon. Friends, don't forget we've got a second YouTube channel. It's at cfextras.com. You'll find all the extra stuff we create there, so don't miss out. Subscribe today. I am Kronos. Now, welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, you missed some festivities. Not much, though. We're watching Kronos, 1957, with the wonderful Jon Provost, who, when he was a wee bit smaller, played Timmy
well, I'm
Lassie.
a wee bit smaller. Yes.
A wee bit smaller. He was a little boy, and he had Lassie. And you were like probably the most famous Timmy there was, right?
Yes, the only Timmy there was.
Well,
And-
of course. But I mean, the child paired with Lassie.
Yes. And
You're the most famous.
yeah, loved that dog too.
We had,
well, I worked with a couple.
Pamela Ferdinand, and she spent a few years with Lassie,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Not as many as you.
No, 7 years, 249 half-hour episodes.
Good Lord.
That's a lot.
249.
That's a lot. And only 3 dogs in 7 years. But one
That's
dog,
incredible.
I worked 5 years with the same dog. I loved that dog, and he loved me, but, you know, we were friends. If I told him to sit, shake hands, he'd look at me like, who are you?
He was like a working stiff.
There you go. He only for his master.
So in this film, the beam of light hits the bloke in the truck, and you got all excited with this truck.
That truck. That was the same truck that we had on the farm.
The exact same one.
Same truck, same
No,
color.
the same model, make and model.
Yes, same make and model and color, and it just brought back all these memories.
Good memories?
Except, you know, we didn't have the light, blinded by the light and all that.
Right. No, that would be a different type of Lassie show.
Yeah, we
That
didn't.
would be
We didn't.
like
well,
Lassie E.T.
Yeah, Lassie pulling me out of a well. That kind of
Did you ever
thing,
see
you know.
Bigfoot while you were in the forest with Lassie?
No.
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 No, I've heard rumors that there's a Bigfoot running around Bodega Bay.
Could be.
No,
I've
it
seen,
could be, or it could be Tangela with big shoes.
I bet she puts on like clown's feet,
With
shoes.
like
Yeah.
the footprint things
Yeah.
on the bottom. I could see her doing that. But then again, you know, sometimes she's truthful. She told me there was ghosts in this house before I ever saw one. And I did not believe her. And sure enough, we had an actual ghost hunter say.
Maybe she brought them.
No, well, no. They've been here for some time.
Okay.
They've been here for some time. All right, what do you say we get back to the film?
Sounds good.
And when we come back, we're going to do some letters. So
Okay.
we'll keep you around maybe for that. Right?
Sounds good.
Why not?
Thank
See
you.
you soon after the next break. Oh, look at this. And still Lassie comes home. Isn't that adorable? There's Timmy and Lassie. Look at this. Isn't that wonderful? They wrote a whole article on you.
It's
How
nice. Thank you.
It's very nice. Welcome back to the show. Anyways, we need to do some mail, right?
Indeed.
There is quite a bit of mail for us to do, and John has joined us for mail. This is not a normal thing we do, having the guest around for mail. It's
I'm
a
honored.
special honor.
I'm honored. Yeah.
No,
Rather
well,
unique privilege.
no, the only reason why is because you were still in the chair when she came out, and she did not boot you out like she normally would. So she's being nice tonight. She's making
I'm
a
your
special
guest.
effort
Yeah.
for you, despite rolling bowling balls down the hill to your home. What do you got, Mr. Livingston?
Benicia, California. Christopher
I
Stewart.
know this place. So, it's a postcard. Let's hold up the postcard. It is the Winchester Mystery House. We've been there before, more
We
than
have.
once. In fact, on the side of the building right here is a door that opens to nothing, and she hung out on that door. We've got photos of her doing that. Anyways, he goes, hey, party people. What's that?
People who party.
All right. How about showing the 1992 made-for-Lifetime flick Midnight's Child and or the 1995 made-for-NBC flick Terror in the Shadows? Both flicks have legendary soap star Mary Walker. Well, no, I'm going to look into these because I like the made-for-TV movies, don't you?
Sounds exciting.
No. The made-for-TV movies, they made many of them, and they were made for television, of course. But you can see much more quality in those because they had to make them for television. They had to use like a square shape on the camera and the screen because television is not the same shape as a movie theater, right? Anyway, what else you got, Mr. Livingston?
This one from Joe Ernst in Germany.
Wow.
Joe Ernst
Ernst.
in Germany.
Means serious.
Why did he not write this in German, and why are you not reading this note? He's German, you know.
He's being accommodating.
Say something in German to prove what I said.
Schönes Wetter.
What does that mean?
Good weather.
Good weather. All right. Joe Ernst says, a few years ago I wrote you twice from Novato. That's in California. That's not in Germany. begging you to mercifully go off the air and never surface again. Of course, my pleas fell on deaf ears, even though you read the letters on episode 181 and 207. Last year, I moved to Germany in a futile effort to escape your insidious destruction of my brain cells. This is not going to end well, is it? Futile because, alas, the algorithms in my apps continue to recommend your mind-numbing show. What was supposed to be a peaceful and enchanting retirement in idyllic Bavaria is now a nightmare I cannot wake from. But truthfully, your show is the best thing in the whole wide world to watch on a Saturday night. Oh, he was
winding you up.
Bluffing. He was bluffing. And I am so happy I can still get it. Lurid Livingston, tantalizing Tangela, and I guess you too, Vincent, all the greatest. Well, thank you, Joe, and we hope things are going well in Germany. If you ever see this bloke roaming around, buy him a beer. Right?
Thank you.
You do visit every now and then, right?
I do, when I can get away from here.
It's nice to get him out of the house.
Here's a letter that came with a package.
Letter that came with a package. Let's see. Oh, my goodness. Look at this.
Shall I open it?
I think you should. Oh, look. It's actually typed. Look at this. He typed this letter. Oh, my goodness.
Rather spooky.
Turn that towards the camera.
Wow,
Oh, that's wonderful. We'll put a big one up. All right. So what we have here is a letter from Dean Packus, and he's in Cleveland, Ohio. Look at that. He goes, hello, my name is Dean. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I discovered your show on YouTube a few years ago and have been obsessed with it ever since. You really are my favorite horror movie host. I told you people in Cleveland like our show.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, he thinks it's the cradle of rock and roll, and I told him it is the cradle of horror films and horror fans.
Well, that is where the Rock and Roll Museum is.
Right, but they should have a horror host museum there as well. I host a little horror movie show on YouTube called Nefarious Festerings. We should have called our program that.
No, please.
That's what we do. Although I have to create all the movies myself. It features lots of creatures like psychic space mermaids and psychedelic walrus yeti. Oh, there's the yeti, see? And even a hillbilly vampire possum. I'd be happy to chat with you about it. I can fly myself out there if you're willing to invite me on your illustrious show. I'd be honored to visit the legendary Polter Mansion. To sweeten the deal, I have drawn a Creature Features fan art illustration of Vincent, Tangela, and Livingston featuring them as a creature. Hope you like it. We absolutely love it, Dean, and we'll take a look at your show and see if it's worthy of having you come be our guest. That it?
That's it.
That's it for mail. If you'd like to send us mail of your own, visit hellocreaturefeatures.com. It's a little website that shows you how to write us a letter or send us a painting or how to send us an email or how to call the police if John is being abused by Tangela. And that's about it, right?
That's about it.
Maybe you could go fetch him in case
I will
she
do
does
that.
something bad. All right, we're going to get back to Kronos, and when we come back after the break, hopefully we'll have John with us back in one piece. See you soon.
This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
Welcome back to Creature Features, and welcome back, John, to the guest chair.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
She took you away. Where did she take you?
She has this mock-up of like a guillotine or something, and she told me to put my head in there like, it's stupid, you know? I mean, it's not real, I'm sure. It couldn't be.
She built that from scratch, and is not only just real, it actually works better than the real guillotines back in France.
Wow.
Yeah. You had
might
a
have been
close
over.
call. Never. Anybody out there, if you ever meet Tangela and she asks you to place your head in something, whether it's a guillotine or a block
Run.
or like a giant claw
run.
machine, do not comply.
There's something wrong with that woman.
No. We had a housekeeper once fall for that, and we have not seen her since.
Proved my point.
So, anyways, Kronos, give me something interesting about this movie that you know that I do not.
Well, it took only 2 weeks to film.
2 weeks?
2 weeks
One
for a whole
fortnight.
movie. I mean, normally, months. And it was pretty cheap, $160,000.
Now, is that accounting for 1957 money?
This is true, but still, that's not
What
a
would that-
lot.
No, that would be like 5 times as much, right? So
Well, that's still
that's
pretty
a
low
decent
budget.
budget. No, it's a decent.
I mean,
listen,
with all
2
the-
weeks, I'm amazed at. How do you do
well,
this in 2 weeks?
But they probably worked, 24 hours a
No,
day.
you
or
know what I
something.
bet? They often do this, and I think there's a bit of fibbery going on here because maybe the principal filming only took 2 weeks, but all the special effects, and there's quite a bit in this film, all the special effects was a different length of time, and all the editing and things like this.
But that's the backside.
How long did it take you to do an episode of Lassie?
A 1.5-hour episode, 3.5 days.
3.5 days.
Exactly, 3.5
And
days.
this film is, 90 minutes,
This movie?
right?
Maybe longer. I'm not for sure.
So if we were to break that up into Lassie film time,
Well, then it would have only taken them about a week and a half.
right?
That's close.
But you were like a well-oiled machine, right? I mean, you had an entire production. No. Once you're rolling, you've got a system, and everyone knows their place. And
Yeah, but everything was different. Every script was different. And,
of course.
Yeah, so that made it
But
different.
there's no question on who's going to move that light over there.
Oh no, everybody had their job.
including the dog.
Of course.
Right?
Well,
No. So I'm sure at first the dog was biting everyone. And then finally he's like, all right, I know these people, so I shall not bite them anymore.
actually, the actors made more mistakes than the dog.
Well,
Yeah.
that's because the dog was a professional. Some of the actors probably were not, right? He
can't
was
be-
the professional on the set. Children are the best actors.
Well, and they always tell adult actors you don't want to work with kids or dogs.
Right. No, you'd be
So-
lucky if you do. All right, what do you say we get back to this film? And when we come back, you're going to show me what's in that bag, right?
I just brought a little something.
All right. Off we go to Kronos, 1957. Don't go away. We'll be back soon.
Frank Consola, Miami, Florida. Grew up in New York City and watched Shock Theater with Zachary and saw all those great Universal movies for the first time on television. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm enjoying you on YouTube.
You know, what I like most about this book is this photograph of you as Timmy, because you're stood like Gort from The Day the Earth Stood Still. Look at that pose.
I'm kind of in shock, I think.
No, you're standing like you're about to say crush, kill, destroy. No, what was the thing that you had to say to Gort? Klaatu, Narato, Niktu?
don't know.
I don't know how it went. I cannot
Forgotten.
recall. And poor Lassie looks like, oh, what are you going to do now?
Oh, that was the sweetest dog.
No, it is.
Sweetest dog.
I've seen this book before, but I don't recall it being this thick.
Well, no, it's because that's the new edition, And a lot has
Brand new.
transpired, yes.
Like
and so
recent.
we added, yes. And so we added about 100 pages and about 50 more photographs.
This is wonderful. Look at all this, and it
It's
shows.
all the memories, from day one until a few months ago.
Who's this young lady?
That is my sister.
Your actual sister in real
Yes.
life or on the show?
No, my real sister. See, the book's not just about Lassie. It's about my family and how everybody
Right.
dealt with stuff and, me working.
Oh, how wonderful. Is she a younger sister, older sister?
Oh, I had an older brother and an older sister. I
Right.
was the baby, as they say.
Of course, you were
Yeah.
the baby. And here you are as a baby. Look at this. Here's a baby photo of him.
I'm 6 years old, and I'm making a movie in Japan.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, I spent
What was
three and a
that
half
one?
months in
was it
Japan when I
called?
was 6 years old.
What was the film called?
Escapade in Japan.
Escapade in Japan. What year?
1956, one of the first movies filmed in Japan after the war.
It's a humorous film because you and a small Japanese boy are running away.
Yes, we're trying to find my parents in
Right,
Japan.
right.
And there's this guy in the movie by the name of Clint Eastwood. Ever heard of him?
I have.
Well,
what did he do in this film?
He doesn't even get credited. He is a Coast Guard pilot looking for me, and he's not even credited in the movie. I got billing over Clint Eastwood.
And it was probably filmed at a different time, so you never got to meet Clint.
No, never did get to
How
meet him. I think he
sad.
filmed in the States, and I was in
This
Japan.
is wonderful. So if somebody wants to purchase this, they go to where?
Well, they can go to my website, which is just jonprovost.com.
JonProvost.com.
Or, Amazon, or the brick and mortar stores.
Right.
You know.
No, it should be in every bookstore there is. Now, what's in the bag?
Well, people, they always say, did you save anything from the show?
Right.
And back then we didn't. For some reason we didn't care, but I saved this one thing. It was Lassie's favorite toy.
Lassie's favorite
And this
toy.
is Lassie's
Oh, I've
little...
seen this.
Yes.
The cats, yes.
That is from the original show.
In fact, if I
That is
recall,
like 60 years old.
didn't Tangela steal this from you once?
She tried to.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And but
Lassie's favorite
that's why I
toy.
wanted to show you this,
Look at this.
Vincent.
It's got doll eyes.
I wanted to show you this when she wasn't here.
Oh, smart move.
I know.
Smart move.
Yeah.
They don't make toys like this anymore, do they?
You know, and it even squeaks. Lassie loved it. Yeah.
Good Lord. Wow. It just winked at me. I think it's haunted.
It's still, and it's still, I forgot its name though.
Maybe it's printed on the bottom. No.
No.
That's a nice toy.
Just a squeaker, but
All right, I'm going to signal we got to get back to the film. What do you think?
that sounds good to me.
Let's do it. Off we go to Kronos. See you soon.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
You know, Jon Provost, if you hold this to your eyes like this, everything is blue. Look at this.
And
It's wonderful.
blue is a very calming color.
It is. Unlike this movie, where did you notice how they're doing the distant shot of the robot? It's like
It looks pretty.
no, it's a cartoon.
Yeah, it's not. They didn't use real robots.
That's silly. No, I suppose if you have to build a giant robot, that's going to cut into your 160,000
Yes,
1957
and it
money.
probably
budget.
take 3 weeks to film.
Right, and an additional week, right. All right, we'll get back to the film in a moment, but Spray, Mix, and Go is your new thing. I am your spokesmodel.
Yes, thank you.
Spray, Mix, and Go.
Spray, Mix, and Go. It's a CBD product for dogs or cats.
So this, you claim, will make a crazy dog mellow.
It helps with anxiety, separation, nervousness, and also joint issues if they have pain, if it's an older dog.
How do you know?
Well, because we've been using it for humans for years. You know how we used to test things on animals?
Oh.
We tested it on people before we gave it to the animal.
Oh, well, that's far
Yeah.
more humane.
That's exactly the way to do it.
So I suppose you could put this in your own food if you wanted to. right?
If you wanted, but it's really for you. You spray it on your dog's food or your cat's food,
Right.
And they eat it, and it helps them relax and calm down. But it doesn't drug them like if you go to the vet, you get the pills and that kind of stuff.
I know of another market for this, right? So you should call it Peaceful Thanksgiving, right? And you spray the turkey before the quarrelsome relatives arrive, and then everyone has a peaceful
and no arguments
Thanksgiving.
at the table.
Right.
Hey, let's think about
You'd
that.
have to relabel. You'd have to make like a new label
We
with
could
like
do
a
that.
turkey and like maybe a pilgrim. No, you could use a pilgrim or perhaps the Amish. It could be an Amish man, like the Quaker in Quaker Oats, right? It could be on that. It'd be like a Thanksgiving thing. So, same website. You can find out more
there
about
or
this.
provostpets.com or
Provostpets.com. You should have done that a long time ago.
Well, we're starting. It's a new business.
No, I
and,
know, but Provost Pets is something you should have started in the 60s.
Right.
Right.
It's never too late.
You could have sold replicas of the cat squeaky toy.
Hey, that's an idea. We
you
can
could have
start now.
sold the little green bags they use for the poopies, right? No?
I
No
don't want
things?
my name on that.
No, well, no, it would be a stylish logo.
Oh,
I don't know.
possibly.
This is wonderful.
But yeah, spray, mix, and go, and it's great for the
Right. Check it
anxiety
out.
and all that stuff.
It makes a bad dog good. That should be your slogan as well. I should be in marketing. I don't know why I do this horror host stuff.
No, you're
I should-
right.
I should be a marketing genius. No, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's get back to Kronos, and we will see you when we come back. So all they need to do is reverse the polarity, and it destroys the robot. You could do the same thing, I suppose, with your mobile phone. Put the battery in backwards, and boom, your Android is dead. Right?
It might blow up in your...
There's a lesson to be learned here. Anyways, welcome back to the show. That's it for Kronos. Wonderful film. We'll show it again someday. I don't know when. But we're joined by Tangela and Casper. Hello, Casper. How are you, little man? He's a bit camera shy, like Tangela. He stopped speaking as soon as the camera started rolling. I don't know why. He's been barking quite a bit.
He wants me.
He wants you.
Yeah.
No, I
long-
think he likes. She's always kidnapping Casper. Casper is a frequent guest to our home, and not by the willingness of the Provost family.
No, and she feeds him all this food and stuff
well, what else is she going to feed him?
but it's not good stuff like candy. He loves it, and it's not good.
No, you mustn't give dogs candy, love.
No, he comes home all crazy like.
He'll have to go to the dentist, right?
He has no teeth now already.
Oh, he has no teeth?
No.
So what in God's name do you feed a dog with no teeth?
Soft food.
Well, I would imagine, but what?
Soft food, soft.
Right. So, what's soft? Certainly not meat.
Well, yes, soft meat.
Oh, you give him like pate?
Just something like that. Yeah.
Liver pate, a nice liver pate with perhaps like a nice little cracker of some kind. Well, I suppose he could eat caviar as well. How about tuna? Does he like tuna?
Fish is good.
Fish is good. So tuna,
Natural.
that's a soft.
This,
Right.
without the oil, that's too
Why?
much.
Why
yeah.
without the oil?
Well,
Oh, look how sweet he is. Now he could use the oil for his like follicles, right? I don't know. I don't know much about dogs. Only that I love them and they love me, and that's all I need to know, right?
and that he belongs at our house, not here.
Right. All right. Well, what's next for Jon Provost?
Wow. Well, we've got the Spray Mix and Go, which we're out there.
That's quite new. You got the
doing
new
now,
book.
and the book.
But these projects are behind you now. What's on the
Whoa!
horizon?
Everything's ongoing.
Well, you've been
Everything's
doing
moving.
lots of shows with
Done a couple
famous
shows.
people.
Ran into my good buddy Butch Patrick. Remember?
I remember.
I believe
Butch
he's been
Patrick.
on your show.
He has been. He sat in that very chair.
And he had
Eddie Munster.
Yes, and he had Dragula, which was the car that they had looked like a
Wonderful
coffin.
car, right.
Oh yeah, no, he's a great guy. We were just back in Illinois and had some fun and met a lot of people and so got a few things coming up, and people can just go to my website jonprovost.com and find out what's going on, where I'm at, ask questions, all kinds of stuff.
All right, John. Well, thank you for making the trek up the hill.
Well, thank you.
And next time you're always in the neighborhood. Next time you're within 15 feet of our entryway.
Okay.
To ring us and come on in.
As long as you make sure she's not in the way. A lot of times I try to come up and she's there, and it's like,
Just listen for the motorcycle. When the motorbike goes away, you know she's not around. Just make sure it's going down the hill, not up the hill.
Okay.
All right, thanks again. As far as you guys go, thank you so much for sticking around and watching our silly program. I know you could have been watching probably something on a premium channel of some kind, but instead you stayed here with us. And for that reason, we love you, and we hope we can get you to do it again next week. And hopefully we can hang out again soon. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and don't forget, we love you. So, John, I'm thinking this product could possibly be used on this one to calm her down.
You read my mind.